Good morning, Gaspar. Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher. Good morning. How are you
Good
today?
morning. How's it going? I'm all right. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm all right too. Yeah. Well,
Very well.
the week for you.
The week has been quite interesting. There have been many emergent requests, many things that have been asked to do, and that's sort of on the one hand, a bit stressful, but on the other hand, quite challenging. And I like things that can keep me on track. So it's been
It's a
good.
lot of work on this week.
It's
A lot
been a
of
lot
work.
of work. Yeah. But I guess this is for everyone. So it's we have to learn to deal with pressure somehow. It's a different type of pressure, but I guess everyone has his or her own issues, right? Particularly at home with this experience of having online
Stay in the
classes,
bed.
right?
Stay at
That's
home and
good,
stay in the bed, especially
right?
in the winter.
For many, still wearing pajamas or, quite informal in terms of class, right? Good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Sebastián,
Let's
Pia,
start the
Omar,
class.
Jaime.
Good morning.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning, teacher.
Hello. So let's connect this session with the previous one. And if you remember what we did last class, I think we were working with lexical stress. Is that something that's in your mind? Do you remember, do you have a feeling about what we did last session? Because I'm sharing with you, I think,
Suffix.
All right, suffixes like let me show you the blue boxes. Like these ones, right? The ones in which the syllabus was stressed right before the suffix, the syllable before the suffix, if you add any of these ones. And in the case of these second and third blue boxes, in the first case, even if you attach any of these suffixes, the stressed syllable does not change. It is exactly the same as in the root word. And the case we have to pay attention to very closely is when you attach any of the suffixes in the last blue box, because they attract the stress. That's was sort of the basic, most simple explanation that we can think of, right? And did you work with the task, with the exercise, in which you had to look for 5 words for each of the boxes and create one sentence per word. So in the end, there were 15 words, there were 15 sentences. 5 from this box, 5 from the second one, and 5 from the last box. So did we work on this? Did you finish this?
Yes.
Yes, all right. Do you think that you could show your sentences for feedback purposes?
Yes, no problem.
All right. So, Diego, would you like to start? Would you like to share yours?
Okay.
I'm going to stop sharing. So you can go now, anytime you want, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, these are my examples. Can you see it?
Yes.
Well, with the first box of suffixes, I select these that are marked, I think. Well, the first is Georgios, and the sentence is she was Georgios in the moonlight. The second one is clarify, and the sentence is there are several ways to clarify water. And then biography. He published his biography. Suspicious. The suspicious vehicle. I forgot how to say it.
Vehicle?
Vehicle.
Yes.
Thank you. Was reported to police. To police. Yes, to police.
Police, yes.
It's police. Police.
Thank you.
All right.
Opportunity. The opportunity came for her. Then in the second box of suffixes, I select this. Careful. When you drive in the rain, you must be extra careful. Understandable. It was an understandable mistake to make. Then fearless. These dogs are fearless. Accomplish. He will accomplish his desire. And payment. He demands immediate payment. And at the end, the last box of suffixes, I select this. Grotesque. You did in a very grotesque manner. Etiquette. I don't know how to pronounce it.
You can say etiquette. Some people say
Etiquette.
etiquette. Yeah, etiquette. Yes.
Etiquette. Thank you. People have a strict notions of etiquette. A statuette. My favorite is this little gold statuette. Japanese. My friend is Japanese. And nominee. He preferred to put in a nominee of his own. And that's it.
All right. Thank you very much, Diego. Great examples. Let me give you some because the first two sets in terms of lexical stress or word stress were excellent. Okay, were excellent, and I'm going to give you some feedback about the last one. But let's start from the very let's start from the very beginning with some feedback about segmental aspects. The first word has the same consonant, but it's pronounced differently. The first one is g, and the second one is j. So you say gorgeous, gorgeous.
Okay.
All right. Then the fourth word, you say suspicious, suspicious, the suspicious vehicle. All right, suspicious. Okay. All right. Then we go to the second set of words. You can refer to the section as highlighted, the highlighted section.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. I know you knew that, but you just couldn't find the word. Yeah. What else? Still with pronunciation, just pronunciation of sounds, right? Individual sounds. The third one is fearless. Yes, fearless. But the lexical stress was correctly placed. You say careful, understandable, fearless, accomplished, and payment. So it was very good. Now the last set, Diego, had some because these suffixes are supposed to attract the stress. So grotesque, etiquette, statuette, Japanese, nominee. I think, yeah. So I think probably the last one was kind of complex to grasp, right?
Yes.
But yeah. So yeah, nominee, all right, Japanese, statuette, etiquette, and grotesque. Now etiquette, according to the rule we're following or we're learning, the stress should be placed on the last syllable. Nevertheless, some people may say etiquette, okay? But for the rest, it's always the last syllable, the one stressed. Grotesque, statuette, Japanese, nomini. Very good examples, very clear, Diego. Thank you for
your help.
Yeah, not big deal. Thank you so much, Diego. Alrighty. Being Diego the first volunteer, does anyone would like to share the sentences? Kind of cold. I'm really missing a cup of coffee. Probably after I think during the break, I'll have one. No one else is interested.
I can do it. I can do it, Sebastian. Give me a minute. I am searching for the file.
Not a problem. Take your time. For the rest of you, remember, if you have not finished the task, but you have, say, 5 sentences, that's totally fine. Okay, you can show your 5 sentences, even if you have 3 or 2. That's totally fine. Okay, you don't need to finish the task. You're not going to be punished for not finishing the task. All right? No, sir.
Teacher?
Yes, sir.
While Sebastian is looking for for the document, can I ask something?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Ayudantías in phonetics are ayudantías in phonetics?
Well, I think there was only one person that applied for the position of teaching student assistant, and I don't know if there is a confirmation because I have not received an official email saying this person was selected for the role of teaching student assistant. So I cannot give official information now, Hector, that the person has already been chosen. Okay, because I have not received official email from the secretary in this case. From Miss Karin. Yeah, as soon as I have the information, I will post it in the LMS, because whenever I post something in the LMS, sections 1, 2, and 3 receive that information. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have that info yet.
No problem.
All right. So, Sebastian, how's it going? Do you need some help?
No, I'm ready. I will turn now.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yes.
All right.
All right. Okay. Well, these are the words I chose: justify, divinity, essential, impatience, and I highlighted the suffix there, so you can see it.
Sebastian, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you make it a little bit bigger, please? Just a bit bigger. All right, much better. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
All right. Do I start or? Well,
yes, please. Yes, please.
These are the words I chose: justify, divinity, essential, impatient, disobedient. For the first one, the one that have the stress before. How do I mean, there it is. Disobedient, and then the second bunch of words: childhood, respectable, useful, pointless, advertisement. Those are the ones that do not change their stress placement, basically, I think. I mean, suffixes, like, they are the two words. So, yeah. And the third bunch is Japanese, effective, absentee, studesque, grotesque. And, well, will now tell you about examples. Some are kind of simple. Some I thought a bit more, but it's just random. Like, I didn't think too much of them. I had some liberties and stuff. Like, I think many of you did too. I cannot believe I cannot believe he tried to justify drinking so much coffee. There we have justify. We use here. Justify. And we also have this one. I don't know if it is exactly a suffix. I think it is. Like, it's same as absentee. Worth mentioning, I think. Divinity. When I saw the place, I thought I was in the presence of divinity. Like, basically, the place was divine or something. Not that I met some place that was divine. It's just an example, by the way. Essential. It is essential to drink water every day. That was kind of simple, I think. Essential. Here it is. Impatience. I cannot wait. My impatience grows every minute. What else? Disobedient. My nephew is as disobedient as his father back in the day. There it is, disobedient. And now with the second bunch. Childhood. He wishes he could remember more of his childhood. There we go. Respectable. You should meet her. She is the most respectable teacher I know. There we go. Here it is. Able. It's a suffix able. Useful. Thanks for the backpack. It has been very useful. Pointless. I left. To continue hearing them was pointless. Here less. Basically, that it has no point. No meaning or something. Advertisement. This is the fifth one. I'm so tired of online advertisement. It interrupts the videos I watch all the time. I think we all can relate to this, especially in YouTube or something. I mean, the famous ads. The third bunch, Japanese. She loves Japanese food, maybe even more than anime. That was kind of funny. I don't watch too much anime, but I thought this example, this kind of entertaining, I think. The second one, effective. My new printer is both effective and efficient. So, oh no, I made a mistake here. Here, the one was this one. I didn't do it. I did this yesterday, but I forgot to highlight it. So when I did it today, I forgot to do it quickly. So yeah, did it quickly. Well, the third one, absentee. She was the only absentee of the class the other day. Basically, a person that is absent. That is, so we use the double E here, double A. At the last, after absent, you can clearly see absent is a word and well is a suffix. It's just an example how its suffix is used. And four, it's advesque. The people I met in some of my travels were very advesque. This is someone reminiscent of someone that is very big, tall or something. It is kind of a compliment. It is a compliment actually. Like, it's meant to be a compliment, but some people take it as just as something mean. But whatever. And the fifth one, grotesque. There weren't many to use in the third group, by the way. Like, it was kind of limited, or some words were kind of weird and very specific, so I didn't want to use them. But the fifth one, like I said, grotesque. The drawing I saw the other day was grotesque, unlike any other. Basically, what I found of grotesque was the word that was comically ugly. So I thought, oh, a drawing that is comically ugly. Okay, I will do that. Use that in the example. And it is here, ESC. So yeah, just like there were just 4 of the third group, so I repeated one. I hope you don't mind, and that's it.
Great examples. Thank you so much, Sebastian. I really enjoyed examples. I was almost smiling after reading all of them because they were very, very interestingly written. Particularly, yeah, you're right about the statuesque word, which is basically a compliment. Is someone who's large, tall, good-looking, in general, like a work of art, like sculptural, so to speak. Very good examples. I really enjoy them. Sebastian, can you scroll up a little bit? Because at the beginning, I mean, in the last part of your, I would say, presentation or reading aloud of your sentences, you realized that some of the sections in the word that were underlined did not match what you were reading. So essentially, the most prominent syllable was a different one from the one that you were showing in the underlined section, right? And you did it at the same time you were speaking and you were correcting this. So that was very amazing. Now, let's see if this also happens in the first set, in the first set from 1 through 5, because you said justify, you said divinity, you read essential, you read impatience, and I think disobedient. And you read them correctly. But I think that in this first set, the underlined section does not match what you are reading. Can you see if you can change this or see if it's correct or not? For example, in the first one.
It was meant to be the suffix, like not the stressed syllable.
Okay, got you. All right. All right.
I didn't make myself clear, maybe.
That's all right. Now, for probably what we can use, I mean, not you, but all of us, is a system that some authors apply, in which we make the word, the syllable that is the most prominent, the one that bears the stress, we capitalize it. So justify, we write J-U-S with a capital letter. That could also be a system that we could use here, maybe, right? For I'm thinking about next time that we work on an exercise like this. So justify as the first syllable is the one that carries a stress. We can use capital letters for J-U-S, and in that way we're showing that the first syllable is the one that is bearing the stress, the primary stress. Perfect, exactly. You got that. The other way to do this is that if you can add, for example, the phonetic transcription. In the phonetic transcription, you can show with this stroke in the upper hand, there's a primary stress that can be shown, right, before the syllable. So that can also be a way to show visually, right, which is the syllable carrying the stress. So that's something that it's my bad, my mistake. I wasn't very clear about the way you had to show the stress, specifically the primary stress, in the words. But thinking aloud, this could be a system that we can use next time, right? For a different exercise, or for any of your classmates who would like to give a presentation after you. Same thing with, for example, I don't know, divinity or essential, because when we say essential is the second syllable, right? Exactly, essential. So we can have them capitalized, or with the phonetic transcription, we can show that there is a stroke, an upper left hand stroke, showing the primary stress. So now that it's clear that you were just underlying the suffix and not necessarily the most prominent syllable of the word, it's very clear. The exercise was great. As I said before, I really enjoyed the sentences, and I was kind of confused because of the last, because you were sort of correcting the last set, but now I understand. So Sebastian, thank you so much. I enjoyed your presentation.
It was, I corrected myself here because I underlined this one, but it was, this one was the suffix that was meant to use. So yeah, that was what I corrected.
Right. Okay. Exactly. That's so. At that point, I understood that, and because you were reading all of the words with the word stress or lexical stress in the right place, that's what I thought. It was worthwhile to make the comment to see, but now I understand.
All right. All right.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, Sebastian, for participating and collaborating with this activity.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Drew.
Alrighty. Any other student interested in participating with these sentences? I insist you, even if you have not finished the whole 3 sets, and you have 1 set or whatever you have, I would like you to use this opportunity to, this it could be a speaking practice, also to get some feedback. We can, discuss the sentences. You're actually teaching as well your classmates with your sentences and with your examples. All right, then. I didn't finish my task, but I have these good examples. Okay, so able in the first column, able. And if you can read aloud with me, even if you don't have your microphone on, if you have your microphone on, go ahead, read aloud with me. And if you don't have it on or your microphone is not working, anyway, pronounce please these words with us, all right? So we had able, avoidable, portable, preventable, readable, usable. As you can see, they have the same syllable stressed, right? Affectionate, desolate, obstinate, delicate, graduate. The last syllable here has a schwa. When it has a schwa, it is a noun. Graduate, delicate. When we say graduate and delicate with a schwa, we are referring to a noun. In Spanish, graduado, delegado. La persona que, etc., etc., etc. Okay? Now, when we want to use a verb, we pronounce this suffix as ate, graduate, delegate, graduate, delegate. And that is the action, the verb, to graduate, to delegate. So in Spanish, this could be translated as graduar, or graduarse, and delegar. Okay? So careful with these particularly with these last words, because you can say graduate, delegate, and they're correct, or graduate and delegate, and they are correct. But when you are using the schwa, they are a noun. When you're using the diphthong plus t, sorry, we're going to place the diphthong there only, sorry. That's the verb, okay? Graduate, verb. Graduate, noun. Delegate, verb. Delegate, noun. Okay? For the rest, for the first, second, and third, it's just the schwa. Affectionate, desolate, obstinate. Then we have the third column. We have nominee, employee, devotee, refugee, referee. Okay. In the next column, we have Chinese, Congolese, Vietnamese, Portuguese, Senegalese. And in the last column, we have Kafkaesque, grotesque, burlesque, statuesque, picturesque. Okay, so these are some of the words that I found. And in the last table, because this is called a table, right? Just like the tables on which you put, you have breakfast, dinner, etc. But in which you use information organized in this way. This is a table, okay? We have the following words: cigarette, kitchenette, very old diskette, etiquette. In the second column, we have pediatric, psychiatric. In the third column, we have audible, plausible, legible, visible. In the next column, we have ambitious. Before we continue, there's also the presence of a schwa in this last syllable, all right? So we never pronounce u or o or e, it's just a schwa. Ambitious, ambitious. Next one, cautious, cautious. Next one, gracious, gracious. Next one, nutritious, nutritious. Next one, portentous, portentous. So this cluster of vowels, right? I, O, U, in all of these words is reduced to a schwa. If you pay attention, this last syllable is never stressed. No one says ambitious or cautious. So as this is an unstressed syllable, is reduced to a weak syllable, which is almost, in this case, 100% of the time, a schwa, okay? So careful, never pronounced U, O, or I, in this case, E, right? Even though the spelling is tricky for us Spanish speakers, because we tend to see the letters and we tend to pronounce them the way they are written. So we match the letter or the grapheme with the phoneme or the sound, right? Not in this case. Let's reduce this whole syllable to a schwa. Ambitious, again, ambitious, cautious, gracious, nutritious, portentous. Remember, it's a very lax mid-central vowel sound, okay? And the last, sorry, I don't know if I'm receiving messages, but not for this section. The next one, colonization, fertilization, modernization, civilization. Okay, those were the words that I was searching for. At the same time, you were doing this task. And I found these sentences. I don't know if anyone is interested in reading them aloud. At least not all of them, but could be some. Camila, would you like to read one of them? It could be the first one, second, or third. Yes, no, thumbs up, thumbs down. You can use the chat box if your microphone is not working.
Teacher, I can read.
Gabriela, would you like to read one of them? That's Diego, right?
Yes.
Okay. Diego, choose any of the three and read it aloud whenever you want, all right?
The second paragraph.
All right.
This is reflected in our admiration for people who have made something of their lives, sometimes against great odds, and in our somewhat disappointed judgment of those who merely drift through life.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we have admiration here from admire, right? And judgment from judge. Admiration, right? I would say that there are 4 syllables. Is that right or wrong? What do you think? True or false? Admiration has 4 syllables.
I think it's true.
True. Okay. Okay. Now, which one do you think is stressed? Which is the most prominent syllable of the 4 syllables? Admiration.
The third syllable.
The third syllable, admiration. All right. Now, when we're thinking about the root word, we say admire, right? Admire. Which is the syllable which is stressed in the word admire?
Admire.
Yes. Come again? You can all participate. Okay, the second?
Yes.
Okay, admire. All right, do you all agree?
I agree.
Okay, so we see a shift of the stress, right? From mire to admiration, right? There's a shift of the stress in the syllable when we attach this suffix, right? And in the second case, judgment. How many syllables can you identify here?
2.
2, all right. Which one is the most prominent one?
The first syllable.
The first syllable, okay. And when we turn to the root of this is judge. How many syllables in judge? And which one is the most salient one? Judge. Judge has 2 syllables. True or false?
True.
Okay. We're learning, we're testing, we're trying to find that, okay? So true or false? Yes?
I think it's false because the second, the E at the end, it don't have sounds.
All right, exactly. It doesn't have a sound. It's silent. That's right. Let's cross it out. It's a silent letter, exactly. So when we say judge, we have how many vowel sounds?
Just one.
Just one, right? Exactly. Just one. Okay, so judge has 1 vowel sound, therefore it's a 1-syllable word. And when we say judge, we, well, there's no more syllables to stress. I mean, there's no, like, the word has stress, lexical stress. Not necessarily primary stress, because, I mean, it's not it doesn't have more syllables. So it has a lexical stress, judge. And when we say judgment, it's exactly the same syllable, the one that it's stressed. Perfect. Perfect. Do you know, by the way, odds? This is just vocabulary, right? Mm-hmm.
It's like something that is contrary. Great odds, great contrarian, great problems, or something. Something that is contrary to the thing that we're talking about.
Exactly, exactly. That was Sebastian, right?
Yes, yes.
All right, because I'm trying to remember the voices, right? Remember that I don't see faces. So exactly, just like what Sebastian said, something contrary, something that's opposite, something that is challenging, adversity, great adversities. Exactly. Good call. Anyone interested in reading the first or the second paragraph? Gabriela, can you?
Yes.
Thank you.
The third,
You got it.
all art files in the country will be nationalized, and the government will continue with the development of new aircraft as recommended by the Houston Committee.
Thank you so much, Gabriela. Thank you so much. This paragraph has too many difficult words. I mean, really. Let's start with these compound nouns, such as this one, airfields, and at the bottom, aircraft. We can separate them. We can identify that this one is composed by air, right? Aire, right? Air, air. And the second one in the first case is fields, and the second one is craft. So airfields, aircraft. The first element is the one stressed. If you do not agree with me, feel free to say, teacher, that's not true, or I don't think that's the correct answer. All right, no hurt feelings. All right. Airfields, aircraft. Okay, now let's take on these 2 words in blue, government and development. Very long and difficult words to say. We can divide them. Let's identify the suffix. The suffix is, drumming.
Meant.
Perfect. Meant. I mean, that's something I used when I was an undergraduate student. Someone told me, if you don't know the pronunciation of a word, try to divide it, or the meaning of a word, right? Try to divide it and focus on smaller chunks. Sometimes it's good because it gives you a clear idea. Meant. The first one is govern, which is a verb, right? To govern. And govern is stressed in the first syllable, govern. And the second one, develop, develop, develop. This one is stressed in the second syllable, right? Yes? Develop, do you agree with that? Govern, develop. Does it make sense to you?
Yes.
Yes, all right. All right. Now, the whole word is government. Government. Does the word stress or lexical strength change when we attach this suffix? Govern, government. Does it shift to a different syllable, or do you think it's basically the same syllable, the one which is prominent?
It's the same. I think it's the same.
Exactly the same. Remember, if you disagree, just say it, all right? This is the class, and everyone is entitled to have a saying, express his or her opinion. Develop, the second one, develop. And when we read the whole word, we read it as development, development, development. So do you perceive a change in terms of prominence from develop to development?
No, I don't.
Perfect. Perfect. Remember, if you disagree, let me know, all right? And the last one, nation, nationalize, nation. How do you, which is the syllable you stress when you say nation?
The first one.
The first one, right? The first one, nation. And nationalized, nationalized. Let's divide this.
It's the
Nation.
first two.
It is the first two, right? Exactly. Exactly. So it's interesting that when we use these suffixes, the stress does not change. And therefore, if we know the nation, govern, develop, we are not having any trouble with the rest. Suggestion, can we have a break now? And let's meet in the next 10 minutes. Is that okay with you?
Yes, no problem.
Yes? All right.
Yes, no problem.
Yes.
Because we all need the break, right? We all need a short break. All right, guys. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
See you
Enjoy
later.
the break. See ya.